Hey lovelies, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Tyla and thank you for joining me for today's journal session series, episode 50. This is an interactive series where we journal together and I give you time and space to write out your answers. Today's journal prompts are your invitation to pause, to feel, and to realign with the life your soul is calling you toward. So if you're ready, grab your journal, and if you're here to just listen, then let's get right into it. Question number 1, what have you learned about yourself this year so far? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Being that we're approaching the end of the year, it's really great to take a step back and reflect on how far we've come. There's been so many different events, situations, and experiences that have taken place for all of us that can really offer us a lot of insight about ourselves, how we've grown, and who we're becoming. I always love to have these self check ins because they serve as a great moment of reflection. And asking yourself this question really helps to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, areas of growth, and also just things that need improvement. So, whether you've had a great year or a not so great year, your experiences have also served as a guide for what you do want to attract and cultivate for yourself. So, if you've noticed that you didn't have the best year or things didn't go as planned, what are some ways that you can change that for the remainder of the year? What are some things that you feel you need to improve on to align with the life that you want to experience? And if you've had a great year, what are some qualities or habits that you've noticed and implemented that have helped you to achieve a great year? It honestly can be easy to get caught up in the things that we go through, but it's really essential to take these experiences and extract the lessons from them. Getting to know yourself is a major key for self improvement and evolution, so always check in with yourself about how you're feeling and identify what your needs may be. So, question number 2, where have you been living in alignment and where have you been resisting? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. It's very common to be consistent and disciplined in a specific area of your life and then struggle in others. So, something that always helps me is creating a list of the traits and characteristics of my dream self and identifying what I need to change in order to align with that version of myself. This is really helpful for me because it helps me to overcome habits and ways of being that don't serve me well so that I can create better habits that allow me to live healthier, happier, and also well mentally, spiritually, and physically. Sometimes it can be fear, the fear of really stepping into the version of yourself that you want to become because it's unfamiliar. And I know this is something that I often struggle with, and I notice that it always causes stagnation for me and my growth. So, getting to the root of why you struggle with aligning with your desires will really help you to overcome that stagnation and create actionable steps that help you to work through it. So, for me, for example, a big part of that is always planning things out because I notice I often get plagued by the idea of what I have to do and how I'll accomplish it. And this often leads to me not actually taking the necessary steps because I get so caught up in everything that I have to do. That's also why I really love to journal and plan because it allows me to write out what I feel and what I need to do and have that roadmap of how I can get it done. So, find ways that help you to overcome any resistance that you may have towards living in alignment, and always reward yourself for the ways in which you are showing up for yourself and living in alignment, no matter if it's big or small. Number 3, what has the season been trying to teach you about trust, patience, or timing? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. I notice that when I reflect on what my experiences are trying to teach me, it really allows me to maintain an optimistic mindset and approach to my situations. When you put your focus into what something is trying to teach you, you start to see that a lot of situations are working for you and not against you. I love keeping the mindset of all things are working for my highest good and things work for me and not against me because it really allows me to alchemize any situation and turn it into something that benefits me rather than something that brings me down. This is a great form of alchemy as well, taking your experiences and turning them into lessons, wisdom, inspiration, growth, and even channeling that into your creativity, your work, and your endeavors. So, trust, patience, and timing are extremely valuable when stepping into alignment with your desires and who you want to become. Without trust, it's a little more difficult for alignment to take place. When we don't trust ourselves, our path, or the process, we block the energy that's trying to reach us. We start forcing, doubting, and overthinking instead of allowing. Trust is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. So when you trust, you release control and open space for flow. You move from fear to faith and from choosing to receiving. And with trust, you become more magnetic. Without patience, we rush divine timing. When we get impatient, we mistake delay for denial and we start pushing instead of preparing. Every single season has its purpose. Patience is also what keeps your energy grounded while your desires are still growing roots beneath the surface. And those delays don't mean that your manifestation isn't coming, it's just still in the process of becoming. Patience really teaches alignment through surrender as well, and it reminds you that slow growth is still growth and that waiting isn't wasted time, it's sacred preparation. With patience, you stay aligned even when the outcome isn't visible yet, and without timing, even the right things can fall apart. So, alignment isn't just about wanting something, but it's more so about being ready for it. And divine timing really ensures that what's meant for you arrives when you can hold it with both hands and an open heart. When we honor timing, we trust that every delay is redirection, every pause is protection, and every moment is leading us exactly where we need to be. With timing, your desires meet you when you've grown into the version of yourself who could sustain them. Question number 4: what stories or habits are you ready to release as you step into this next season? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. Okay, so this is the best part and my favorite part, honestly, which is releasing all that's holding you back and stepping into your new season. It's so important to be honest and vulnerable in these prompts in order to really get the most out of each question. So, something that I really love about the fall is how naturally it invites us to slow down and reflect. There's a quiet wisdom in the way the earth changes, the trees release what no longer serves them, not out of loss even, but out of trust. And it's a reminder that letting go is a part of growth too. Something I really love about the fall is that it teaches us how to turn inward and to harvest the lessons of our year, to find gratitude for how far that we've come, and to prepare our inner soil for what's next. It's a season of reflection, renewal, and realignment, and it's also a sacred pause between who we've been and who we're becoming. So, in this season, release all things that are weighing you down and blocking you from your true happiness, growth, and alignment. And last but not least, question number 5, which is what small shifts can you make to live more in tune with your desires? Pause the video or audio here to write your answer. This goes a bit into what I was mentioning earlier about creating habits and routines that assist you in living in tune with your desires. So I've noticed that even the most simple shifts can make a huge difference. So for me in this season, it's been as subtle as me going for a short walk, and I don't usually go for walks, doing things that I don't usually do to get used to stepping outside of my comfort zone, writing to-do lists so that I can keep track of things I need to get done, and making time for self-care daily. Sometimes alignment doesn't come from the big dramatic changes, but from those small shifts. Even the way you speak to yourself creates a huge shift. The boundaries you keep to protect your peace, the moments you choose stillness over rushing or faith over fear, and living in tune with your desires means letting your daily choices reflect the life that you're calling in. Every small and intentional shift is a message to the universe that you're ready, that you're open, and that you're walking in harmony with your desires. So I really hope that you enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm wishing you a beautiful season of renewal, peace, and growth. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace out and much love.